Hi, I'm Melany, and this is Melany's Yoga Couch. Today we're doing yoga play, so feel free to add any movement that feels right in the moment. Come to standing at the front of your mat, and then allow the hands to just fall to your sides. We're going to slowly roll forward, so bend the knees, let the chin fall to the chest, and bring your fingertips slowly to the ground, bending the knees as much as you need to. And then you can do some of your own movement here, maybe shaking the head yes and no, maybe taking a rag doll and grabbing the elbows, just finding a release in the back and in the neck. And then release your hands to the ground, start to straighten the legs. We're going to move into a half lift, so bring the hands to the shins, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold into Uttanasana. One more time, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands to the shins, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back. And then the left, finding your downward dog. Inhale yourself forward into plank and exhale all the way to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest in cobra and exhale, press yourself back, finding your downward dog. Feel free to bend and straighten the legs here, just warming up the backs of the legs. It's okay if your heels don't reach the mat, and feel free to leave the knees bent. Find a neutral position, and step your right foot forward, and then the left. Inhale, come all the way up to standing with a long spine. Reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring the thumbs to the center of the chest. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step the left foot back, finding a nice stretch in the hips, moving a bit. And then step your right foot back into downward dog. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, lower yourself all the way to the mat, pressing the tops of the feet in the mat and lifting the chest in cobra. Exhale, press your way back, moving into your downward dog. And then feel free to here bend the knees, lift the sit bones up for a long spine, and then move the legs towards straight. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Exhale the right. Inhale your way up all the way to standing. And exhale the thumbs to the center of the chest. Inhale, draw the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step the right foot back, finding a nice stretch in the hips, and then moving into downward dog, stepping the left foot back. Inhale forward into plank, exhale, slowly lower. Inhale into cobra, looking over the right shoulder, and then over the left. And exhale, come all the way down, press back, moving into downward dog. Inhale your right foot forward. Exhale the left. Inhale, draw yourself up, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring the thumbs to the center of the chest. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, long spine. Inhale, step the left foot back. Exhale, press your hands in the mat, step the right foot back into down dog. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, lift, working in your lower back, using the hands here to come a little bit higher maybe. Glancing over each shoulder, and then slowly lowering. Pressing back into downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot forward. Exhale your right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, draw yourself up to standing. And exhale, bring the thumbs to the center of the chest. Inhale, sit low in Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, bring the hands together to the center of the chest. Exhale, twist over towards your left, bringing the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, pressing the hands together, and reaching the center of the chest towards the thumbs. Inhale back to center. We'll move over to the other side, bringing the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, pressing the hands together, lengthening the spine, and twisting from the belly button in the prayer twist. Inhale back to center, and exhale, dive forward. Find your forward fold, bending and straightening the legs or shaking the head, maybe yes and no. Walk the feet about hip-width apart. We're going to wander with the hands over towards the left, bringing the right hand to the left heel and the left fingertips to the mat behind the left foot. Wander over to your other side. And then find your way back to the middle. Inhale, lift and a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the feet back into downward facing dog. One breath here. And then inhale the right foot up. First flexing the foot and pointing the toes towards the ground, trying to find level hips. And then open up the hips if you like, bend the knee, reach the heel towards the hips, trying to keep the weight even between the hands. Inhale, straighten out the leg. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the nose, round the spine, and set the foot between the hands, bringing the left knee to the mat. Inhale, draw the arms up, reaching the right hip back, the left hip forward, and the tailbone towards the mat. Exhale, draw the hands down towards the mat, lift the left knee, and straighten the right leg. We're lifting in that left heel. Reach the crown of the head forward and then fold into the forward fold. Inhale, bend in your right knee, bring the hands to the mat, step the foot back into down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg, flexing the left foot, pointing the toes towards the ground and leveling the hips. And then open up the hips, bend the knee, reach your heel towards your sit bones. Exhale, straighten the leg and draw the knee towards the nose. Setting the left foot between the hands, bringing the right knee to the mat. Inhale, draw your arms up, reaching the left hip back, the right hip forward, and the tailbone towards the mat. Strong stomach. And exhale your hands down to the mat. Straighten your left leg, lift the right knee, and lift your right heel, folding forward. The legs are still really active. You might have a small bend in your left knee. And then inhale, bend the left knee deeply and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, find your downward dog. Inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the nose, setting the foot between the hands. Inhale, find your warrior two on the right side. Glance over your right fingertips. Point your right palm towards the ceiling, come forward, and exhale, bring the left hand to the thigh or the shin, and the right hand reaches up and over. We're trying to find a side stretch here in Peaceful Warrior. Exhale forward into Warrior Two, and then bring your right elbow to the right thigh. Left arm reaches up and over the head in extended side angle. Press the left foot into the mat, reach through the left fingertips, and then glance down, bring the left hand to the mat, lift your left heel from the mat. We're twisting over towards the right, lifting the right fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the right hand down, step the right foot back into down dog. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, press back into down dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, draw the left knee towards the nose, foot between the hands. Inhale into Warrior Two on your left side. Look over the left fingertips. Point your left palm towards the ceiling. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, bring the right hand to the thigh or the calf and lift the left arm in Peaceful Warrior. Stay low in your left knee. Exhale, back into Warrior Two. And then move into your extended side angle, bringing the left elbow to the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over the head. Bicep over the right ear. Press the right foot into the mat. Reach through the right fingertips. And then look down. Bring the right hand to the mat. Lift your right heel. Open up towards the left and reach your left fingertips towards the ceiling. The legs are active, especially that back thigh. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Step back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, come all the way down and press back into downward facing dog. Look forward. We're going to come forward with a step right between the hands into forward fold. Inhale into half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll yourself up into standing. And then we're going to take a big step over towards the left, so towards the back of the mat, bringing the feet parallel in a wide-legged stance. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, open the chest, and exhale, forward fold, letting the hands fall over the head. You can bend the knees here, and then release the hands to the mat. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward. Walk the hands forward, just like we're in downward facing dog. Just for a breath. And then walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. We're going to wander with the hands over towards the right, bending the right knee and straightening the left leg. We're moving on one line, parallel to the mat. So wander back over to the left, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. The shoulders are right in front of the hips. Move back to the middle and fold a bit deeper. If you can, bring the hands in one line with the feet, drawing the crown of the head towards the mat. The knees might be bent here. Then bend your knees, bring the hands to the hips, and come to standing with a long spine. Walk your feet a bit together and come to standing at the front of your mat. Bring the hands together in front of the chest. Inhale, draw the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Step the feet back into downward facing dog for one breath before we bring the knees to the mat, hips to the heels, Coming to sitting on the heels. Bring the hips over to one side and then swing the legs out in front, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat and bending the knees. We're coming into boat pose. So bring the hands underneath your knees, lift the shins parallel to the mat, and lengthen the spine. If the spine is long, reach the fingertips forward. And then on your next exhale, bring the feet to the mat. Fold over your bent knees, bringing the forehead to the knees. Inhale, lift up. We're coming into a second set of boat pose or Navasana. Bring the hands underneath the knees, lift the shins. And if you have a long, straight spine, you can reach the fingertips forward. One more breath. And then bring the feet to the mat, fold over the knees, bringing the forehead to the knees. Inhale, lift up your head. Bring your hands behind you so that the fingers are facing the front of the mat. Bring the hips hip-width apart, and then inhale, lift the hips and look up towards the ceiling or beyond the knees. And then exhale, lower the hips to the mat. Rest the forehead on the knees, hugging the knees in. And then bring the soles of the feet again to the mat, hip-width apart. We're going to roll all the way back to laying on the back, vertebrae for vertebrae. Once you've found your way to the mat, hug your knees in. You can roll a little bit on the back, giving yourself a nice massage. And then bring your left foot to the mat, straighten out the left leg, and hug the right knee in towards the right shoulder. You can leave the left foot on the mat if you'd like. And then interlace the fingers behind the right thigh, straighten out the right leg. The foot is directly above the hip. Flex the right foot, press your thigh against the hands against the thigh. Shoulders are on the mat. Then bend your right knee. Bring the left foot to the mat, bend the left knee. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee like a number 4. Interlace the fingers behind the left thigh and thread the needle. Pull the left knee towards the chest, flex the right foot. And then bring the left foot to the mat, the right foot to the mat. Hug in the knees. Just bring your hands to the knees and start to make circles. Make sure you go in both directions, circling the sacrum. And then bring your right foot to the mat. Hug your left knee in towards the left shoulder. You might want to extend out your right leg. And then bring the hands behind the left thigh, straighten out your left leg, flex the left foot directly above the left hip. Shoulders on the mat. Bend your left knee, bring the right foot to the mat, and cross your left ankle over the right knee, making a number 4. Interlace the fingers behind the right thigh and hug that right thigh in, threading the needle. One more breath. And then release the right foot to the mat, left foot to the mat. Bring the knees in and the hands to the knees, just making circles again with the knees in both directions. Bend the knees, and you might just bring the hands to the knees, or you might come into happy baby, bringing the hands to the outsides or the insides of the feet, pressing the knees towards the mat. Then bring the soles of the feet together, butterflying out the knees and pulling the feet towards the chest. And then bring your feet towards the mat. So we're coming into reclined Baddha Konasana or Supta Baddha Konasana. The soles of the feet are touching, the knees are butterflied out, and we're just resting and relaxing in this pose. Really healing, restorative pose. And then feel free to stay here as long as you'd like, or extend the legs out and find your Shavasana. So this is where we'll end today. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again next week. Namaste.